Hey guys, and welcome back. So we've got a generator here from my neighbor who said that during the last storm he filled it up with gas after it had run out of gas and it would not start for anything. He tried over and over and over to get it started. I was able to, when I brought it over to the house here outside, I was able to get it started on full choke. But it would absolutely die if you took it off anything but full choke. So we know it's a carburetor issue. That's what we're going to be working on today. Bear with me while I get my tools. And we're back. So first thing we need, 5/16 to get the blower housing off, the intake manifold cover. My tool tray as well, my parts tray. Take a look at this air filter while we have it off. If we can even get it out. Looks like it's had some water intrusion or gas intrusion being spit out from the carburetor, so that's getting replaced anyway. Next, we need probably a 3/8. Nope. 7/16. Yep. Okay. Now, from my understanding, this choke plate just lifts straight up. But I'm going to get a flat blade just to make sure that it lifts up easily. I've got the gas turned off. I pulled out the hose from the overhead valve cover. Is trying to pry this little guy up without breaking it. Okay, I need more light. James Condon makes it look easy. Okay, let's try something else. Let us take the studs out holding the carb, and then we will take it to the bench and find out what we can do. So as usual, I'm going to use my duckbill pliers to get the fuel line clamp removed and up out of the way. I'm going to use my 90-degree pick to get underneath the fuel line where it goes into the carb through the hose bib. get this pig all the way around the bottom edge, up from underneath the gas line, in order to get it to free up a little bit and hopefully come off a little easier. Because the last thing I want to do is fight with this old bugger. There we go. A little bit of gas there that was left in the tube, that was all. Okay. Now, you need to pull off the studs that are holding this on. Those are male Torx heads, so you need a female Torx socket. I didn't have the size socket that I needed for that, so I went to Tecton Tools and I ordered a kit online that is a no-skip kit that allows you to make sure that you get all the female Torx bits in a 3/8 inch drive size. So, very pleased with it. That may be too big. I'll try the next one down. That fits. That's the right one. So on this Briggs & Stratton, you are looking for a E5 to remove the carburetor bolt studs. Ratchet on here. This I don't want to do with the impact, because I want to feel if it starts stripping or breaking or anything like that. Use the drill to spin them the rest of the way out. Only things we have left are the governor linkage and the return spring. That's all that is left here. Okay, this carb still doesn't want to come off. Gonna turn you off so I can cuss, and we'll get you going. All right, didn't say a single cuss word. So I got that plate off. It's now here. Got that laying on the side. The gasket turned out to look really, really good. And I've heard Mr. Condensate in the past that the gasket behind the Nikki carburetor tends to get messed up when removing these carbs, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens here in just a few seconds. Get these studs out of the way. Comes to the right. Okay. So there we have our carb. That is the problem. Gonna take it to the bench and set you up over there. We're gonna go through it real quick. And if we can't have success, I've already got a spare carb in stock that we can replace it with. All right, on the workbench with our current cadaver, let's see what we can do. These bowl nuts are always, bowl screws I should say, are always difficult to get off. They strip half the time. Yep. I think they were put on with like 800-pound force gorillas. That way. I don't have a shake and brake yet. I don't have an impact socket. So it's the old-fashioned way. Let's try Phillips. Get 4 teeth on it instead of 3. Nope. Tighten it first and then loosen it. No, it's not giving up a ghost. All right. Thankfully, I just have a spare, so let's go with that. I'll get it out. I'll have get you set back up, and we will see what we can do on getting a new carb installed. Okay, y'all, we are back from the workbench. So let's go ahead and start mounting our new carburetor. First things first, you need the mounting bolts. Going through. Right there. Nope, that's not first things first. First things first is the governor arm and the spring, the return spring. That was my best Homer Simpson impression. Okay, now governor arm. Not wanting to go through the hole. I know all my stuff is in the way, my hands are in the way of the camera, and I can't help it, unfortunately. There's nothing I can do to make that better. lock is what's causing us to not go in. Let's see if I can get that off of there. Once again, so the plastic piece is no longer there. Governor arm spring. Governor arm. Look how smooth that went. All right, now the bolts. Once again, if copyrights weren't a problem, I'd be having music right now. And I'll say it again for the record, it is an E5 female Torx on a 3/8 inch base. Comes with this nice rail system here. Let me see if you can see that at all. From Tecton on the rail. I didn't want to get it without the rail because I am working on getting a toolbox for it to sit in. But it goes from the E20 all the way down to E4 without a single skip. It doesn't skip, it's a non-skip set. So this should cover every single Torx job I have. That's what I love about Tecton is they include everything. There are no skips. On my 1/4 inch driver that me and the Rusty Rooster have from Tecton, that red box tools, those are absolutely fantastic because they have no skips as well on the 1/4 inch stuff. So you get your 4mm, your 4.5mm, your 5 and your 5.5 no skip millimeter tools. I had to take my wife's door panel off just a while ago. It was a couple years ago to replace the locking mechanism, the little key touchpad that goes on the A pillar of the door. Got that replaced, but I had to have a 5.5mm socket. Nothing else would fit. And that kit would have come in so handy at that time, way back when. Get this on first before doing anything else. Son of a bee. these are a locking nut. I've got these little lines on the back of the nut that help eat into the metal surface that it butts up against, so they don't come out or back out very easily at all. Just a little bump, that's all it needs, nothing major. Now I'll get this hose on. Get my pliers. Get a new air filter and a cover back on, and we'll test her out. Thank you, Briggs & Stratton. One overhead valve, airbox cover. Lever, the new lever, not the old lever. Let's see if it's turned right. Sorry for bumping you. Yeah, once again, James Condon just makes this look easy. I think I dropped his name 3 times in this video. Okay, let's back up. Get the cover off. Get the air filter off. Because you have to line up the choke plate before you can assemble everything. So, only takes a minute. So this slides right down just like that into full choke mode. We can now go in to the air breather cover. You'll see this little notch here. That little notch, that's your guide, but you have to have your choke plate in the right position before you reassemble everything, which I was not aware of. So we both learned something today. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and check and see if this will fit. Snap, crackle, pop, good to go. Full choke, no choke. Once again, we do the air filter. Now we do the air cover. Now we swap sockets on the drill. Okay, this should be good to go. And after I tidy up just a little bit more, get this hose back in here that has been the bane of my existence in this project. There we go. Now it's in there. Okay, so all done. Got a new spark plug to go in here. I think this generator may have actually gone through the Louisiana flood of 2016. And it's come out pretty good. I mean, it looks dirty, it's filthy, and I'm going to clean it up quite a bit. But for the most part, if it did go through that flood, this shouldn't be just a storm responder. This should be a storm responding champion, because that flood had us in this house, in this garage, 3.5 feet up the walls. So next is this guy. Oh, I need a short extension, not a long. Talked to the customer. He basically said, you know what, just give me a full tune-up. Don't just get it fixed and running. Let's get the oil changed, the whole 9 yards. So we're going to be doing all of that today. Sorry I bumped you. That doesn't look bad at all. Get you in frame there. Not bad at all, but throwing a new one anyway. This is my biggest fear, cross-threading a spark plug. I always go so slow just to make sure that I get it straight and proper the first time. Then I go grab an impact and I crank it down. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Nice little click, firm click. Now we get to fire it up and let the engine warm up. We'll check for voltage and then we'll adjust the throttle accordingly to get it to 61.5 hertz in order for it to draw the correct amount of voltage coming out of the inline outlets. So let me get to work on that and open the garage, set you up outside, and get it running. Okay, guys, I just turned the fuel on. We're checking for leaks. Just waiting a minute or two before I take it out there, just to see if there's an imminent danger. Last thing you want to do is get it running, get it hot, and the excess fuel that spilled because the float was open, the needle was open. You don't want that catching fire. I've got a gas tank here on top of this that is full to the brim. Burn everything down. No bueno. I don't see any leaks, so we're going to continue. Okay, and we're back. Let's fire it up. Bath time. Okay, made a mistake. It's not bath time, it's changed the oil time, then bath time. Okay, so this is a new tool. This is a cool tool, and I hope that I have great success with it and I don't embarrass myself, because this is the first time I'm using it, period, ever. Just opened the box. Oil extraction, oil vacuum pump system. Seen several mechanics have them. I've seen several use them. It really is just a cool tool to have, and let's see how I make out with it today. So my neighbor had extremely low oil in his oil bag. Good grief. This, as you've seen on James Condon videos or not, if If you haven't checked him out, check him out. He's absolutely fantastic. But with James Condon's videos, every Briggs & Stratton that he gets has a blown engine for the most part because of there is no oil pressure shutoff switch, a low oil pressure shutoff switch. And that's just stupid to me. I don't know why Briggs & Stratton wouldn't do that. They've done it on later models of, newer emissions, models and stuff like that. But for years, they were selling it without that module built in. This engine could have blown at any time because there wasn't enough oil in it. We don't know. Thankfully, it didn't. But for crying out loud, man, Briggs, up your game, man. So let's see how it does. Let it suck through what's in the pipe. Now this one I got that has the pneumatic, so you hook your air hose up to it and your compressor to it, and you open the valve and then boom, it starts an immediate Venturi effect, causing the oil to start flowing through immediately. I chose this one for both options. It has the manual pump and it has the Venturi pneumatic side to it for suctioning out stuff. So pretty cool device, really like it, and look how clean it is. For crying out loud, it's spotless in here. Now I'm gonna still crack that nut and lower the oil out through the lowest port of the drain, just for any excess that's out there, and then fill it back up. But we're almost done here. See you in a bit. Okay, so I got literally this much oil out of it. That's it. That's virtually nothing. It was like 10 to 20 drops of oil that was left in that crankcase after using the vacuum pump. So very happy with that product, very happy. Okay, she's lubed, new spark plug, we've tested her, she runs, new carburetor, new air filter. It's time for a bath and then return it to the customer. But we are on the home stretch here, folks. We'll talk to you soon. See you in a bit. Bye. Doesn't that look better? A little soap, a little water. Let it dry up for a few minutes, and then I'll do a final start. Empty the carburetor bowl, and we're good to go. All done. Job done. All right, let's see if we can get it going. Drain that bowl. Next stop, the customer.